Hello everybody, it's Catherine from Jayne Catherine on Books, and I thought I'd bring a news and reviews and let you know what I've been reading outside of the 2 readathons I'm taking part in this month. It's only 10:15 in the morning and it's really beautiful and it's hot, so sat out here with that cup of tea reading. Thought I'd take the chance to do a bit of a review of some of the books I've not mentioned lately, and yeah, no, not in my glamorous mode today. Don't need to get glammed up, do you, for a moment? I don't get glammed up unless I'm filming anyway, so I'm sure you think I'm always, no, never glamorous, but I don't, I'm sure you think that no matter what I'm doing I'm all got my full face of makeup on, but no, I don't. Just when you get to my age you have to cover up all the, you know, the wrinkles. So, I digress. A Study in Charlotte. Brittany Cavallaro. There's been a lot of hype about this. There's a lot of people that are reading this series at the moment. This is a Sherlock Holmes retelling. We have Charlotte Holmes, who is the great, make sure I get enough greats in there, granddaughter to the real Sherlock Holmes that we know and love from Arthur Conan Doyle. And she goes away to a university in America and meets up with Jamie Watson, who is also related to the great Watson. I was really disappointed in this, I have to say. I couldn't really get into the characterizations of the two main, Watson and Holmes. I didn't particularly care about them. I didn't particularly care what happened to them. I think that it would have been more authentic, shall we say, if it was based in a university in the UK, seeing as Sherlock Holmes is very much a British iconic brand, really, in a way now. I got a little bit lost with some of the college terminology, etc., because I've said this before, this is no criticism, but the college university systems over in the States and here are completely different. When they start talking about sophomores and varsities and all those sorts of things, it's I start getting a bit confused, but that's just a minor point. I found the plot very slow paced and nothing special, so unfortunately I gave it a 2.5, and I'm not sure I'm going to be carrying on with the series. Yeah, well, I'm really disappointed. I've been right looking forward to that for ages. Next, Crown of Midnight, Sarah J. Maas. It's one of my goals for 2019 to continue with this series, because I read book 1 so long ago, so I had to reread that recently so I could remember what it was about, what was happening. And yes, this is turning out to be a really good series. The plot is thickening. We've got Selenia Sardothian, who is now officially in post as the assassin to the king, and boy does she take her role seriously. She's a lot more forthright, a lot more bloodthirsty. You know, it's she really goes at it with all knives and whatever, you know, blaring. Can't say knives and guns because she didn't have guns, but yeah, very bloodthirsty in parts. Really good plot in this. You can see how the series is developing. I liked that we got a bit of a softer side to her as well. We did see a bit of a softer side, but it was two extremes. So we had the softer side, but then the really, you know, bloodthirsty, sharp. You can see how she got to that post. I think in book 1 she was just feeling her feet, and you know, she'd just been released from the mines, so she was feeling her feet and not to full strength. But you can certainly see in book 2 how she got to be the king's assassin, and boy does she mean to you know, do it to the best of her ability. I've got a very soft spot for Captain Chale, and yeah, I'm hoping that that relationship develops. It's a bit will they, won't they, will they, won't they, and she's now gone off to fight some war somewhere else for her own safety, and I'm not sure that he's going to be in book 3, but I'm sure he'll be rearing his head again later in the series. So considering it wasn't something that I thought I'd ever read, I'm really enjoying it. Book 2. Then I went and chose one out of my box of delight, shall we say, that I got for March Mystery Madness. This was in my thriller box, Some Kind of Normal, Juliana Stone. Well, I really enjoyed this. Very it's a YA, I would say. Yeah, I'm sure it is YA. Yes, age 14 though, it says age 14 up. And it's just about 2 dysfunctional teenagers really that have got issues of their own. I'm trying to see, let me have a look at my can't think of the names, you know. Can't think of the names now. Who? Trevor and Everly. Trevor and Everly. So really, the two damaged teens, they come together. There's nothing different or new in the plot, as it were, but I do feel that it was very well written. It was very well written from a point of view that any audience, like 14 up to adults, would enjoy it. I didn't find it too YA specific, that, you know, sometimes I can read YA and you think, yeah, that's really good for its target audience, but it was a bit meh for my age. But I really did enjoy this. Yeah, nice book. Then Can You Hear Me? This is Elena Varvello, and it actually was translated from the Italian by Alex Valente, and this is one that my bestie Kerry Ann from Woman vs Books sent me, and really enjoyed it. It is a thriller. It's 1978 and it's a small town community in northern Italy, and things start happening a bit out of the ordinary. People go missing, and we've got Ella, who she is 16-year-old, normal, you know, everyday family life, and I think her father loses the plot really, and we start getting people going missing and turning up dead. And I think that what you have to if you're looking for some rep for mental ill health, I didn't read this for the mental health-a-thon, but actually it doesn't say so, but I think the father suffers from schizophrenia, and the voices and things that he's told or he thinks is what gets him involved in all the nasty goings on that's happening in the town. I think that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to spoil the plot, but really is excellent. So another good pick from Kerry Ann, thank you very much, and yeah, take a look out for that. And then finally, I'll leave a photo up here. This is hot off the press, The Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. This has come out at the beginning of May. I've just sent all my review up to Goodreads, so if you want a full review, go to my Goodreads page, and yeah, I've sent that off to the publishers. I received this from Neck Alley. This is a psychological thriller with a difference. I gave it 5 stars. It starts off fast-paced, and you get hooked first chapter, and then there's a twist at the end of the first chapter, which, yeah, it gets its claws into you. Then you really think, crikey, that's first chapter, what is going to happen now? And this is different. If you want a fast-paced wham psychological thriller and you're on the edge of your seats, oh, what's this going to come to? It isn't like that. The pace slows down and everything becomes very normal, very mundane. And some people have, I noticed in the reviews that some people have said it's normalising murder and psychological crime, and that shouldn't be normalised, and I totally agree, it shouldn't, but this is fiction, and that is the difference with it. There's a couple, everyday, 2 kids, normal family, suburban life, and they've got this creepy hobby, and goodness me are they creepy. But it's just that they play psychological murderous games in their pastime, in their leisure time, shall we say, and it plods along quite normally. Oh, and I killed her, and I did this, and I did that, as if they were just going shopping. And so takes some getting used to if you're so used to very fast-paced thrillers. But I think it made a nice change. But you have to be careful that you don't you can get a bit, what's the word, blasé about it all, I think, and then suddenly, wham, we've got a great big twist at the end, which I certainly didn't see coming. I worked it out as the opposite to what actually it was, and it's all neatly tied up in a bow, and you think, right, that's the end of it, and wow, last page there's a further twist, and yeah, I'll leave you on that note, because the book certainly does. I gave it 5 stars. I think it's a debut by Samantha Downing, and makes a refreshing change. Can't wait for more. So there we go. There's a few books that I've been reading outside of my readathons, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.